Hello everybody, it's Mystic, and welcome back to my library. This is another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Last episode was a lot, and I ended up not recording last night. I was going to, but I was kind of tired, and I didn't want to, wake my kids up, so I decided not to. But yeah, we're gonna continue right now. I've got myself a cup of coffee. I am ready to go. I'm still not okay after the last episode, but we shall carry on till the heavens fall, until our last breath. Anyway, let's go. Hermes is headed to Ktisis. Considering the expansive dimensions of the place, even we may have a difficult time locating his ether. All I can say is that he entered from the rooftop and likely arrived at the uppermost point of the facility. So, do we pursue him? Of course we pursue him. No matter what Hermes might be thinking, Meteon is a potential threat that needs to be brought under our control. The Convocation's duty is to safeguard this star. The Convocation's duty to safeguard this star takes precedence over any personal stake in the matter. Vina? Celeste? 'Tis clear we stand on a precipice, but we have yet to determine beyond a shadow of a doubt that Meteon's is the hand which tips us over the edge. Nevertheless, if we are to learn the truth in the final days, we must give chase, and even if neither Hermes nor Meteon is ultimately responsible, we cannot leave them to suffer this torment alone. Agreed on all counts. To Ktisis Hyperborea we go. This sounds like we are getting to a dungeon. That is my guess. This sounds dungeony, and there were 4 of us. My guess is that the ancients can be whatever job or class is needed. So they're going to just be whatever I decide. That's my thought anyway. Or one of them is going to be like a floater kind of that's going to be able to do anything. We'll see in a second, but I'm pretty sure this is a dungeon. Oh! Wait, who are these other people? What have we here? Excuse me, has something happened inside Ktisis? Mistress Vina, I'm so glad you're here. No one knows what prompted it, but the alarm was sounded and Ktisis put into a state of alert. Procedure dictated that we evacuate immediately, and we have yet to investigate further. This is Hermes' doing, obviously. And what does this state of alert entail exactly? A field of dampening magic is draped over the entire facility, usually in response to escaped entities and the like. Ktisis scholars and observers were unaffected, but everything and everyone else is weakened to a fraction of their usual capabilities. Then consider us forewarned. We do, however, have urgent business with Chief Hermes and must enter the premises regardless. That said, if Hermes is willing to enact such measures, I wonder what other obstacles he has seen fit to drop in our path. With that enfeebling spell in place, we're not like to be at our fighting best. And I was hardly an effective combatant to begin with. I've little to offer beyond my ethereal vision. Then you will put that talent of yours to good use. You were fairly skilled at spotting weaknesses, if I recall. Fairly skilled. Now you've gone and raised everyone's expectations. You all need to make the most of your strengths, and I will fill in the gaps as required. She's the floater. Okay. I was once Azim, after all. 'Twas my job to rise to the occasion, be that as a defender, aggressor, or healer. Yep. I feel better about my lack of prowess already. I am assuming Hythlodeus is the healer? No. Actually, wait, who is gonna be who? Alright, I'm gonna have to see in a second. And you, Emmett Selk, can impress us with your arcane majesty. Okay, so Emmett Selk is the damage. I'm assuming Hythlodeus is a healer, but how does that work what if I were the healer? Okay, I need to stop. Alright. You lob potent spells as easily as breathing, but can also channel that power in a protective manner. Oh, so he can also do both. Got it. Well, should the situation call for it? Excellent. Then that should cover us on all fronts. Okay, so he's a healer DPS. He is probably DPS only? She's anything, and then I'm whatever I am. Your tale led us here, Celeste. 'Tis only right that you lead us now. No matter what lies ahead, we will win through to Hermes and Meteon. And then we will face the future together. There it is. Ktisis Hyperborea is now available. Okie doke. I'm very curious. How is this playing out here? Okay. He's DPS. Oh, he's a bard. Interesting. And then Emmett Selk is tank or DPS. Vina is going to be our healer. I wonder, are they going to join in as avatars? Because that'd be really freaking amazing. Oh, wow, this place is really cool. It has, like, snowy areas and desert areas. It kind of reminds me of Planet Zoo. Has anybody played that? Or even, like, Zoo Tycoon, where you can, like, put down different, biomes for each species. Oh, wow, the music is so good. Let's go. Yeah, I don't think we've had a bard in Trust before. This is going to be interesting.
Please, turn back, else I might be forced to.
Doesn't matter which way I go. Oh. Guide to Ktisis Hyperborea. Have you ever wondered whether your creation is a beneficial existence to the star? Wonder no more, for at Ktisis Hyperborea, our mission is to determine the answer. From temperate plains to tropical jungles, from smoldering volcanoes to frozen fields, we put creations to the proof in a wide range of meticulously created environments. Will your creation be able to survive in the wider world, or will it threaten the survival of other species? The answer to such questions and more, our highly trained staff will uncover. According to Mistress Lissa, her creation is based on a concept for a bipedal wolf, and indeed it is impressively manlike in its gait. It is also highly intelligent, as is evidenced by its ability to employ tools, while the gleam in its eyes gives it the impression that it can comprehend our words. If this proves to be the case, it would be a shame that its throat isn't designed for speech. I must make mention of it for the next report. The last boss was named Lissa.
I cannot let you take Meteon. Not yet. I must hear their answers before they're expunged from existence.
The successful creation of migratory birds, which travel between continents with the seasons, came as a breath of fresh air to the long stagnant realm of flying life forms. In the end, it was a relatively simple thing to grant creatures the ability to navigate by celestial bodies, but this method lacked the precision needed to guide them to the same location each time, as would be vital to their survival. The breakthrough came in the form of magnetic fields, the use of which was discovered by the incumbent Van Daniel during his tenure as chief overseer of Elpis, a truly inspired idea that has brought lasting benefits to the star. Here we go. I'm not ready for this. Winged Defiance, Hermes. I don't want to fight him.
So, it comes to this.
Yeah.
I've no wish to fight, but this time, I cannot yield. Though the world may think me a mad, desperate fool, I will hold fast to my conviction.
Alright. We did it. Not happy about it, though.
My power!
Okay, this book is so cool. Hold on. So look, if you look at it from this way, looks like pages, right? But then if you rotate it, you can see through it. What? That is this is the coolest book ever? What the heck? That is so cool. All right, anyway, I need to continue.
It's over, Hermes. In the name of the Convocation, I hereby take Meteon into custody. And setting aside the matter of your nomination, you will come with us too. We require your knowledge to assess and resolve the situation.
Meteon, I am so sorry. Would that I could have listened to your report in full. Reflected upon its meaning and conveyed it to others, that they might reconsider their chosen course. But I have failed, and that wish will never be realized. However, ere our fates become the province of others, I bid you tell me just one thing. Was there happiness in those distant stars?
Was there a reason for living?
We conducted our search as per your instructions. We scoured historical records, communed with the spirits of the deceased, heard the final testaments of the dying, welcomed their shadowed hearts into our own. One race had striven to create a world bereft of animosity. They renounced relationships to avoid interpersonal strife, and in so doing brought about societal collapse. One
What is
race had
happening?
renounced war and devoted itself to the enrichment of its people. They were conquered. Though they destroyed the enemy in reprisal, they could not regain their former glory. One race had concluded that finite time was the root of all woes. Aspiring to shatter its shackles, they went in search of infinity. They discovered nothing is infinite, and that neither time or death can be cheated. Disillusioned, they gave up on the future and themselves. One race had discarded all things that gave rise to sorrow, hoping to have only joy.
This is looking really familiar though,
They
right?
found joy lost its savor in the absence of sorrow, and lost their will to live.
I'm right about her and I hate it.
Though worlds apart, these peoples shared a belief. The belief that they had tried their best. That they had tried to fulfill their potential with every step and success. In the course of which, they learned the truth. That they would never be free of fear and sorrow, anger and despair, of loneliness, so long as they yet lived. Even now their souls cry out for oblivion. And to this song of anguish, I lend my voice. We lend our voice. Oh, beloved mankind, shimmering jewels of beautiful Etheris, rejoice, for we will free you from the cruel yoke of existence. There is no need to struggle in vain, for in nihility awaits salvation. You will know peace and serenity, and it will be beautiful. We will make our nest at the edge of the universe, and there in the dark of dead worlds hoard sorrow and suffering. There we will sing, our chorus ever louder and ever clearer, that our song may reach even this ether-shrouded star. Such is the answer we have found in the stars. Such is the gift we now offer to Etheris.
Who are you to decide our fate? To decree we live or die?
What are you doing?
Have you lost your mind? You heard what she said. She means to destroy us all, yet you'd still take her side?
I
In
think
the name of the star, we have discarded those creations that we deemed flawed. If we ourselves are flawed, does it not stand to reason that we too should be discarded?
It's starting to sound like the
That is
Fandaniel I know.
sophistry, and you know it.
Perhaps it is. Perhaps I am wrong. But who is to say that you are right?
Oh no, he's becoming the Fandaniel that we know.
Let us settle this with a determination. In my authority as Chief Overseer of Elpis, I will make a judgment on man's fitness to exist. If he can learn to value all life and retain his will to live, even should his end be justified, he will surely find a way to avert his demise. If not, he will perish from the start. As with all determinations, provisions must be made to ensure fairness. Kairos, awaken!
What?
Memory reconfiguration system Kairos activated. Awaiting instruction.
Command, universal memory alteration. Target area, Ktisis Hyperborea.
What?
Starting point. Arrival of Emmett Selk, of the convocation at Propylion. Endpoint. The present. Erase the memories of all events, and replace with a vague recollection of the following. I was here, preparing to demonstrate the
my God.
functionality of Kairos to Emmett Selk and Hithodeus.
This is why nobody knows anything about it.
Meteon's shared consciousness became unstable. She and her sisters could not sustain their existence, and all dissipated with a burst. The resultant shockwave accidentally triggered Kairos, which erased several days of memories from all present. Execute.
Command acknowledged. Initializing. 3 processes remaining to execution.
Bravo. I dare say one would be hard-pressed to make it fairer. Everything that you told us, everything that has happened, the fact we've even met, it will all be gone.
I don't want to forget them.
Go, Meteon. To the edge of the universe, where none can reach you.
Hermes, won't you come with me? If you were to shed your flesh, I should be able to carry you.
I will remain. As a man, I will oppose the oblivion you bring.
Silly fool. Had you said yes, I would have granted you the gentlest end.
What? Vana?
Mission's here!
Fly, Meteon!
That is far enough, Hermes.
Emmett Selk is big mad.
Argos, to me!
First process complete. 2 remaining to execution of memory reconfiguration.
As if we needed more pressure. No matter what, you cannot forget what happened today. For it is the key to saving your future. Your world.
But what about yours?
This fight is our fight. What comes after, our problem to contend with, not yours. No. Your own struggle awaits, and no one else can take your place. You must flee this place with your memories intact, and I will see that you do. Now then, where is it? There you are, my little confluence.
Almost! Oh. Very well then.
What is that?
You may elude us this day, but not forever.
What is that?
Meteon's gotten away.
Second process complete. 1 remaining to execution.
Ugh. No time for brooding. Listen well. Beyond lies a spatial confluence that connects the interior sections of this building. I will destroy the confluence and force open a way outside. When I do, you must jump through.
I cannot tell you how sorry I am. But neither can I let you escape!
Don't you dare. What?
Too brave by half.
What? What?
Exemplary work, as always, Emmett Selk.
What?
What?
But how? I thought the confluence was... over...
Over there? Yes. We were rather hoping you would.
It was never anywhere but where it is now. The instant those two began making their way towards nothing, 'twas clear the plan was a diversion.
I'm quite incapable of destroying a confluence, I must confess.
I love him so much.
A gambit brazen beyond words. Though we've grown accustomed to reckless improvision due to the antics of an incorrigible associate. Though, in the case of certain present company, incorrigible is an understatement. Honestly, I'm beginning to suspect it's a requirement for every Azem. There's no time! Quickly! Even now, I do not believe your tale. I would not suffer us to walk such a wretched path. Still, if it must be said, do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
Final process complete. Executing universal memory alteration.
Go, Argos!
Wait, the Gnaw got out too? Well, that explains why Heidelin knows so much. And why she's able to find us again later. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just a little tired. Can it be true? Are we the only ones left who see beauty in the world? In life? Are the stars above no more than husks of fallen civilizations? And yet... I feel her. Though she is unimaginably distant, I feel Meteon's presence. And the place where to we must go.
We?
Ere she made good her escape, I placed an enchantment upon her. One which allows us to follow her trail. She has already left the outermost bounds of Ktisis, and continues on her way. Given the vastness of the universe, it will still be no easy feat to track her down.
Is that why you built a ship on the moon?
But thanks to Emet-Selch and his Ladeus, all is not lost. We remember. So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
What became of the others, I wonder?
I'd like to know too. Let us ascertain the situation at Ktisis Hyperborea,
Ktisis.
where they should still be.
I was saying Ktisis. I was close.
Given the likely state of their memories, however, it would be imprudent for us to approach them directly. In which case... I am sorry, my friend. I've asked much of you this day. But may I trouble you one last time?
I guess he's gonna tell us.
Argos will investigate in our stead. We will share in his consciousness and see and hear as if we were with him. Now, close your eyes and open your mind.
I love that she's teaching us how to use the Echo after all this time.
Thank goodness you are unharmed.
Unharmed? There is a gaping hole in my memories. I can scarcely remember arriving here in Elpis.
Does Hermes remember?
Forgive me. I was preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to our guests. But Meteon, her shared consciousness became unstable. And she...
So, that's what prompted the state of alert. And when you went to investigate, you were caught in Kairos' accidental operation.
So it would seem. It's all a blur to me.
Such an unfortunate accident. Oh, and what of Vinar and your other companion? You went inside together, as I recall.
We did?
If Vinar was with us, I have no recollection of it. But that there is her familiar, is it not? The fellow seems happy enough, so I think it's safe to assume his mistress is well. I haven't the slightest notion who this other companion might be, however.
Ah, well, that individual struck me as a bit different, for want of a better word. Perhaps it wasn't actually a person, but some manner of creation.
Curious. I must ask Vinar about it when next we meet.
Yeah, she'll have time to come up with something.
Yes, yes, you do that. Now, if we may tend to Hermes, whatever this Meteon did, it seems he bore the brunt of it. Once you are fit to travel, you will return with us to Amarot. We need to make certain there are no other ill effects. Also, I am here on business of the 14. We've already had the conversation, like as not, but since your toy wiped my memory, we'll have to have it again.
Yes, of course. As you see fit.
This Kairos, it manipulates memories through the emission of etheric waves, correct? There is a theory which holds that memories scoured by blasts of ether are restored when the soul is cleansed in the underworld. If true, then perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
I doubt aught of interest occurred. Look forward to the revelation if you like, but I should prefer to reminisce on more meaningful moments.
Let us rest. If only for a while. After all, you and I... Oh, we still have a long, long way to go.
It's so interesting to me that she still remembers. I wasn't expecting that, but oh my god. The two of them sacrificing themselves for us. And I'm so sad about Meteon. Are you feeling at all recovered? I understand that your exertions were more than purely physical, but resting one's body, if only for a moment, is never without merit. As for Hermes, I think it unlikely he will create more entelechies. He poured much of himself into Meteon, and now that she and her sisters are gone, dissipated in his mind, the grief must be unbearable. He will blame himself. He will believe that, had he never acknowledged his dissatisfaction with the world, then the Meteor would have never been born to suffer and die. The offer to join the 14 will be a welcome distraction, and one day hence he will face the advent of the final days in the role of Fandaniel. So, okay, he did lose his memories, and it seems like almost wiping his memories is part of the problem that he ends up having in the future. Celeste, listen to me. Our duty is now not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination, or to convince Emmet, Selk, and Hythlodaeus that they have been deceived. No, we must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expunge are preserved. What remains in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. You must fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let us walk together once more. I will see you to the doors of the Propylion. I wonder, it almost sounds like the next zone, because I know there's one more. If you look at Aether Currents, there's one that we haven't been to yet. I know I have a lot of Aether Currents to find. I'm wondering if this next part of the journey is going to be like me doing it on my side and Vana doing it on hers. I mean, she made a lot of preparations. I'm trying to think, like, what would be the logical next step? Where would we go? I doubt it's Amarat because it doesn't exist in my time. Unless we're going someplace that maybe Meteon ended up. She has that tracker, so maybe that's where we're going. Your time in this age is drawing to an end. Upon speaking to Vana, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is okay, yeah. I got time. Let's do this.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
I wish I could stay and help.
I appreciate your sentiment. I truly do. But 'tis a very long game that we must now play.
I'll say.
And while you have maintained a stable presence here thus far, there are dangers in lingering over long. No. You must return to your own battlefield. Make use of the knowledge you have attained, that your days here and our friends' sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteon free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done.
It's still so wild to me that when we're chosen in A Realm Reborn to be the chosen one, We're chosen because Heidelin knew us already from Endwalker. That is so trippy.
In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold. Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. Were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe.
I think you might want to call on Azum.
Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come.
Who is eventually going to break because of it.
Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteon at her nest.
Maybe that is the final zone.
We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end.
Gonna try.
As you move forward, so too will I. As will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
Aww. I want to go back and give Hythlodaeus a hug. I hate that he doesn't remember me. Although I guess he must remember something. Because he calls us his new old friend when he sees us.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandani.
Oh, is it the final days? I remember this from the cutscene. Trailer. Better get my tissue ready.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiark.
That's right. Wasn't Hythlodaeus one of them?
And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong! Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
Isn't this what the Shades were saying on the moon?
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it! We won't accept it! It will be ours again! A world free of sorrow!
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
O mighty Zodiark! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk. All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague.
And now we're seeing the races. What happened?
In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die?
That's...
As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy, even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting.
She literally did everything for us.
A conjunction has begun to form. An intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
That's what she said to us in the beginning. Everything she did she did for us, for the future. Celeste, impeccable timing as always. I'd heard you were off in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away, we've had a few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. Alright, well, on recording this, it's, the episode's an hour and a half long. I know it's gonna get shortened when I edit, but I also don't want it to be too long, so I am gonna end this episode here, but I think I'm gonna just start recording the next one right away, because I need to know what's happening. That was a lot. That was a lot. I knew it was gonna be really sad, but I don't think I knew exactly how that was gonna go. I still hate that I'm right about Meteon. I guess it looks like she's the final boss of this expansion. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I was expecting it to be Zodiark, and he was, what, the 83 trial? But, yeah, I think I'm gonna end here. Let me know if you enjoyed. You know the drill, social media, links down below, all that jazz. I'll see you next time. Bye.